Hello, fledglings. I can't believe it's been a year already, and since we started this series, and we're just now getting to the finale. It's been a wild ride, and honestly, I couldn't have enjoyed it more. While I have you here, please go check out our Patreon. We have many tiers for you to choose from, and we have some great product lines and loyalty programs out where you get actual merch. So you should 100% check it out and enjoy the finale of Bought by a Vampire. Part 7, The Letter, by Waterway and Wordsmith. Enjoy! And by that point, she was halfway out the window, and I was getting dressed as fast as I could. You're such a dear for listening to my old stories, but there are a few things that vampires fear. But for me personally, forgetting all the adventures I've had, all the lessons I've learned over the centuries, it's certainly one of them. It helps a lot to share them with somebody out loud. It's been just wonderful to have a lover again. I love all my dear ones, of course, but there are certain things I'm afraid to share with them. I can be more vulnerable with you. You certainly made that clear to me. Oh, nothing. Just thinking about something. Nothing that you need to worry about. Oh, but we should talk about that little business trip I had coming up. I still have my doubts about bringing you along, I'm afraid. Well, it's all well and good for you to say that, but do you remember what happened last time you met one of my clients, don't you? Now that we're officially together, you'd be an even bigger target. And even if we don't have any issues with the client, there are plenty of people that might target me through you. Whether it's because I'm a vampire, because I'm wealthy, or because I funded a rebellion, it's dangerous, love. You have such faith in me. Very well, then. You can come along. I do like to show you off whenever I can. It's really nothing. Just trust that you have the trust that you have in me. I can't do this anymore. It's gone on long enough. Oh no. Nothing like that. Love, it's one moment, please. I've been trying to work up the nerve to give you this letter for a while now. Really, I should have given it to you the moment I got it. But well, see it for yourself. It came from a kingdom far to the west. Apparently, they've been aiding refugees from a particular incident. The king there is very kind, and he's been using his resources to find and reunite families that were broken up. And it seems that your family is one of them. They're alive, love. Well, we don't know if all of them are all right. He's still searching for the rest, but your parents at least are safe. Though they've lost quite a bit. I suppose his contacts found the slave trader that picked you up, and found me through him. He's offering for you to rejoin your family in his kingdom. I shouldn't have kept it from you. It was a terrible thing of me to withhold this revelation from you, even just for a second. And yet, I just dreaded the thought of what could happen. Well, you remember what I was speaking to you about the other day, don't you? You didn't really choose to be here. I bought you. If you knew your family was alive, well, you'd want to return to them naturally. But I'm not sure if I could let you go. But I can't think that way any longer. I've been selfishly keeping you all to myself for too long. As much as it breaks my heart, I've realized that I can't keep going, knowing that you're the only with me because you have to be. I'm letting you go, my love. You're free to return to your family. I what? Well, yes, of course. It's a choice. That's the whole point. But wait, are you visit them? Well, naturally. They're a long distance away, but I have my methods for traveling quietly. We could visit them frequently. But does that mean, are you saying you want to stay with me? Oh, my love, my dear, sweet, wonderful little treasure. I didn't really think you'd want to. I know that you've said before that you're happy here, but still. Well, after everything, buying you as a slave, feeding off you, putting you in danger with that dreadful elf king, I was certain you'd want to get away from it all. I thought you'd felt happy because there wasn't any other option available to you. To think that you really chose to stay? Oh, come here. I love you so much. How silly of me to ever doubt you. You always were so special, so brave, so thoughtful, and so sweet. I should have known that you'd be honest with me. I'm going to have to do something very special for you just to thank you for being so good, or more likely lots of very special things. We'll see. Oh, well, here's something. Why should we have to go so far away to visit your family? We could bring them closer. There's a lovely town not all that far away from Eventide. It would be trivial for me to purchase a home with some land for them. Well, I suppose you should ask them, but there's a reason I assumed that you would have to choose between me and them. I doubt they'd feel comfortable staying in a vampire's home. And humans in Eventide need to live with a vampire. It's one of our laws to make sure this remains a sanctuary for vampires. Otherwise, humans could possibly come in and crowd us out. I had assumed that you'd want to leave given the chance, and so I also assumed that you wouldn't want to stay nearby. But now everything is different. They can be a nice, comfortable distance away, far enough that they don't have to fear the vampires of Eventide, but close enough for you to visit easily. It's just perfect. I must confess, though, I worry about what they'll think of me. You're old enough to choose to stay with me regardless of their opinion, but I'd hate the thought that I might drive a wedge between you. Do you really think so? Well, I suppose if you're so kind and open-minded, then maybe your parents will be too. I certainly hope that's the case. Things are so much better when everyone just gets along. But I plan to do more than just that for you, of course. What would you have to say to having your own room all to yourself? There's a lovely one in the East Wing. No, you're right. Much better for us to keep sharing mine. What else, then? Well, we can figure it all out later. If you think of anything you want, anything at all, just tell me. Don't forget I can provide just about anything this world has to offer. Why, I could get you your own kingdom, though you don't seem like the type that's eager to rule. Not to mention, you'd be separated from me, and we can't have that. In fact, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I really don't ever want to have to be separated from you. You've become such an important part of my life, love. No, of course. That's not what I meant. What I mean is, As you are, you're going to die someday. I really don't want that to happen. And as a vampire, I've grown used to outliving people, but the more I think about it, the more I dread losing you. So, I was wondering if someday you might consider letting me turn you. I wouldn't want it to do it anytime soon. Imagine what your family would think if you reunited with them only to find out you've turned into a vampire. And well, if you became a vampire, I wouldn't be able to drink your blood anymore, which would be a shame for me. I'm confident that I can keep you safe until the time is right, but it would be an incredible weight off my shoulders to know that you can't die of old age. It feels selfish to even suggest it because of how much I've suffered since I've been turned, but I didn't have anybody to help me. If you were in Eventide, you wouldn't have to worry nearly so much about vampire hunters or violent mobs, and you'd never have to hunt, thank goodness. This isn't something you need to decide right now. In fact, I'd rather you don't jump to a decision. This decision can wait for years if need be, but I'd appreciate if you gave it some thought. I love you so very much, my beloved. I want to be with you forever. For most people, that's not possible, but we have a chance at that. I want to promise that no matter what you choose, I will cherish you and I will care for you as long as we're together. But enough about the future. Let's deal with the matter at hand. We're going to send a letter back to your family and let them know what's happening. What am I thinking? Why send a letter when I can get us there in person much more quickly? We'll leave tomorrow to make up for all the time I wasted hiding the letter. Get some rest, love. It will be a long journey.